In this video, we're going to be comparing a $40 label applicator to a $1,400 label applicator to see how it holds up. If you're a small business owner, you may be wondering if a label applicator is something you need for your business. Recently, we gave some tips on whether or not a label applicator is the right choice for your business. So if you're interested in learning more about that, be sure to check out the video linked in the description below. There are hundreds of different models of label applicators out there, ranging from very budget models to production level. But today we're gonna focus on these two popular models. This $40 guy that we found on Amazon, this $1,400 Primera AP360. We're gonna put both through their paces, see how easy they are to use, how many labels they can run, and ultimately, is the price difference really worth it? We're gonna start with this $40 label applicator from a brand called Tandifio that we found on Amazon. It acts more of a label guide and is designed to label cylindrical containers like wine bottles. Unboxing and assembly was fairly simple. It's about 1 page of instructions and took about 5 minutes. How it works is fairly simple, but it's definitely more of a manual process. You take your container, like this wine bottle here, you lay it down on the surface, and then you actually peel your label from your roll or sheet, line it up with the guide, adhere it to your bottle, lift, finish applying. It lined up pretty straight, definitely have some bubbles, not the perfect application. It takes about a few seconds to get your label aligned. Whether or not it works as good as using just your hands is up for debate. I probably wouldn't recommend this if you're labeling more than a handful of items a day. If you don't trust yourself to apply by hand and you think you could benefit from something like this, one of the pros is its small form factor. You could easily put this on a shelf around your house. You could even take it apart and put it together whenever you need to, because assembly is so quick. Because you actually have to peel the label off before you use the applicator, this technically can work if you use label sheets or label rolls, so that can also be seen as a plus. Now we're done with this, so let's see what spending a little more is gonna get you. This is the Primera AP360 label applicator. It's a semi-automatic label applicator, and it's becoming really popular with small to mid-sized businesses. But like I mentioned before, it retails for about $1,400, so it's definitely an investment you'll need to weigh. Setup took a bit more time with this one, about 15 to 20 minutes from unboxing to getting it ready to go. But overall, also fairly easy. The instructions are quite a bit more hefty, and there's a lot of moving parts that go into it. One of the cool things about this is you don't have to connect it to a computer or anything, you just plug it in and it's ready to go. So you can set it up anywhere in your office or home, wherever it'll fit. Because it's a little more automated, there is a bit more of a learning curve to using this. Once you read the instructions and figure out how to feed your label roll through properly, all you have to do is put your container on and use the included foot pedal to start applying your labels. It's designed to keep the machine running, so you can take your container out and put on your new one while the machine is still running. This is designed to keep the process moving, so you can label as many containers as you can. Primera actually claims that this applicator can help you label up to 1,200 containers per hour. If you're only labeling a handful of products a day, this might be overkill, especially with that price tag. But if you're onto labeling maybe a few dozen products a day or at one time, this can really save you a lot of time and take out a lot of the human error that goes along with labeling by hand. Size-wise, it's a little smaller than a desktop printer, so it shouldn't take up too much space in an office, studio, or home. The machine's not perfect, and we noticed a few issues with some of the labels applied, but that could have been us getting used to the machine. So we decided to put this to the test and see how quickly each of these machines can label some of these bottles. So it took about 2 minutes and 23 seconds to get all of these labels. Messed up a little bit on this first one, but that could also be getting used to the machine. As you get your rhythm, it probably speeds up a little bit. Could I recommend this? Probably not. I think I would have rather just labeled it by hand and saved the $40 for this amount of labeling for a day. So after about a minute of setup, the Primera was quite a bit faster than our other label applicator on this test. Now, the application wasn't perfect on all of them, but the first label may just have to be a throwaway label as the machine warms up and you get the alignment just right for a new label roll. After setting it up, the machine was much easier to use and only required a foot pedal. You didn't even have to stop the machine before replacing the container. So now that you have a better idea of what these machines can do, let us know which one you think would be right for your business, or if you'd rather label by hand. Drop a comment below. And be sure to subscribe to the channel for more labeling tips.